What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Football Capital, and this is week 1 review of the World Cup. All the first round games of the groups have gone. A few upsets, a few shock results, and a lot of draws, a lot of nil-nil draws. But let's begin with the opening game, Qatar versus Ecuador. I mean, for a host nation and the Asian champions as well, Qatar, to be honest, didn't really show much. And I thought Ecuador, and I picked Ecuador to get out of this group. There is still a long way to go, but I just think Qatar, pretty shocking in my opinion. Ecuador, I think we're the better side. Enner Valencia with the 2 goals there. They kicked their campaign off and running in Group A. And in the other game, Senegal, I thought Senegal were going to come last in this group. But you know what? I'm seeing a lot of promising signs for them, and especially up against the Netherlands. We know what kind of stacked squad that they got as well. Look, Cody Gakpo was maybe my player to watch in this World Cup. He got off and running with a goal there, and Frankie de Jong assist as well, just to top it off. Maybe Ten Hag is cooking something up in the January transfer window. You never know. But they left it late as well. 84th minute goal from Gakpo there, and then I think it was almost like the 98th minute, 99th minute, and this extra time business, +9, +10, +14. Who knows what's happening with this extra time? I think the best thing they should do is just stop the clock. Do it like the rugby league, stop the clock, and then play on when the ball's back in play. But it is gonna heat up in this group, I reckon. I don't think it's as clear cut as we all maybe thought it was. I think everyone kind of picked the Netherlands to go through. They got off to a perfect start, 2-0 victory. But it's going to be interesting to see when they go up against Ecuador, because I did see a lot of good signs from Ecuador, and I don't think it's going to be a walkover there for the Netherlands for that one. But as it stands, Ecuador and the Netherlands are 1 and 2 there. Group B, we had England thrashing Iran 6-2 there. Goals for Bellingham, Saka, Sterling, Rashford and Grealish there at the end. They got a bit of a controversial penalty maybe, and another one where I think England should have done better defensively. Harry Maguire apparently had a bit of double vision for some reason, I don't know. But England, other shackles off a little bit here. Has Southgate let them play, or is the real England going to turn up in the next one against the USA, where it's a bit negative? It will be interesting to see. But look, it was a great performance by the English team, and this is what you want to see. A lot of young players, and we all know these guys, all playing, the majority of them play, besides Jude Bellingham, all playing the Premier League. We watch them week in, week out. We know what they're capable of. And look, it was a decent performance, but you know what? Don't take anything away from Iran, to be honest. Despite the scoreline, that 6-2 scoreline, I think they're gonna be tough to beat in the other 2 games, up against Wales and the USA. I think they got Wales in the next one. I don't see them losing that game, because I wasn't Wales and the USA. That one was a 1-0 in that group as well, and I wasn't too. I don't know, bro. Wales in this one didn't really show me. I wasn't impressed with Wales in this one. They got lucky maybe if the US was a bit switched on towards the end. They don't give away that penalty and they get all 3 points. And I picked Wales to get through into this one, and I think majority of people did as well. But you know what? Just from watching that first round, I think I might flip. On this one. I think Iran might take at least a point. Or might even snatch a win in the next game against Wales. And then England as well. That they need to take this performance onto the USA. They looked okay as well against Wales. They didn't look too bad. They will make it difficult, and you don't want to see Gareth Southgate going negative again in this one. Into the next one, into the next game. They need to keep playing the way that they have, and it's going to be interesting to see. I think England, if they do win the next one, you can see them qualifying already into the knockout stages. But the 3 Lions, mate, you gotta give it to them. And it's funny, you look at the goal scorers, all the people that were giving racial abuse in the Euros after a few missed penalties. I wonder if you were celebrating most of them, the players that scored in this one. Maybe Jack Grealish, but what about the rest of them? Some apologies got to be written out on that one. But England, look, take it out 6-2, massive win. And like we touched on, Wales, the USA in that one, Bale in the 82nd minute getting the equaliser. But still, do you know what I mean? I didn't really see much. I wasn't really impressed with Wales in this one. Pulisic getting the assist for them in the first half. He's been looking lively so far. He hasn't really played much for Chelsea over the last couple of seasons, or hasn't been hitting the strides. I know a few injuries as well, but I think Captain America, he's got something to prove in this World Cup. So the next couple of games in that group are definitely going to be interesting. Group C, who do we have in Group C? Mexico. Oh my God, Mexico and Poland. One you don't really want to talk about in this one. I picked Mexico to get out of this group, and it's another team where, again, I'm a bit disappointed in this team. And you know what? I actually picked Saudi Arabia to be the whipping boys of this group, and guess what? They're the ones who you could say the shock of the round. You could say the shock of the round, beating Argentina there. But that Poland and Mexico game, even Lewandowski still can't score in a World Cup, missed a penalty. Them two teams looking a bit lackluster. Do they got something to prove in the next couple of games? We'll find out. But Argentina, Messi, possibly his last World Cup. We all think it could be his last World Cup. Scores the pen, gets Argentina into the lead. And then a few offside goals. I don't know, that Martinez goal looked a bit dodgy. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know where they're marking the lines from. I don't think it was from the right player. But I think that goal should have stood, in my opinion. They had, maybe 3 goals that were disallowed in the first half. So they were creating chances. But then Saudi Arabia in that second half, and even that strike towards, I think it was the second goal, the first goal or the second goal. What a strike. And then couple minutes after that, they get their second. And it's the Saudis. Public holiday for them the next day. You've seen the clips. Where's Messi? They're trying to find Messi because Argentina really had no answer for them. They tried to get a little bit tactical, but not with the Saudis. They threw in a bit of the dark arts. You know how they are. We saw in the qualification against Australia as well. We all knew how what kind of a team they are. But man, they looked good. They looked good, especially going into some of the other games against Mexico and Poland. I actually fancy now Saudi Arabia to get out of this one. And there's been a lot of stick from the Asian countries in this tournament saying that they are the weak ones. I know Iran got smashed 6-2, but I still fancy them against Wales in that one. You know what I mean? And then the upset, Saudi Arabia here, Japan. We'll speak about them as well. But Saudi Arabia, I don't know, man. Look, you saw Di Maria not looking the same Di Maria as he used to be. I think just wasteful chances, wasteful. They need to get clinical. If Argentina, what I think, they went into halftime thinking, you know what, we're 1-0 up. We've got these guys on the ropes. We just go out there, do exactly what we were doing, and we'll get the win. But it wasn't the case. If you can't convert your chances towards the end, it was really like throw the kitchen sink at Saudi Arabia, which is something that Argentina don't really do. So it will be interesting to see if Messi and Argentina can get out of this group. I think they will. Looking at the other two teams in Poland and Mexico, I think they will. But Saudi Arabia, a bit of a shock result there. And yeah, like I mentioned, that Mexico game and Poland, something you don't want to really remember. And another one as well, another 0-0 Denmark in Group D. Denmark and Tunisia, obviously Australia's group there. They get the draw, bit of a snooze fest as well. But Tunisia, to be honest, I think they, in my opinion, looked, you could say, the better side. Maybe Denmark had a bit more of the clear-cut opportunities. I know they missed one from literally the 6-yard box. But Tunisia are looking good as well. So they got Australia next. So it's going to be a bit of work for the Socceroos here because we all know their result, that 4-1 loss to France. It got off to a good start. I mean, Goodwin with the goal, Lecky breaking ankles and all that sort of stuff, getting the Aussies up 1-0. And then it will just give us a bit of hope, not 15 minutes, or how long was that? About 15 minutes. Give us a bit longer to celebrate. And then Rabiot gets the header. And this was the problem, man. I think we conceded like 3 headers. That second goal for me was an issue. I mean, how are you going down Mbappe's side, playing out from the back, but let's go out Mbappe's side. You lose the ball there, and Olivier Giroud equals the record now. Equals the record. He had 2 goals in this one. Equals the record with Thierry Henry on 51 international goals. Not too bad. Not too bad. He's been a massive player. Eh? This guy's got one of the best highlights in world football probably as well. I don't think he scored in the last World Cup, but he played a big part in that one. But then Mbappe almost in the second half killing the game off, and then Giroud at the end, Mbappe assist. France looking strong. France looking strong, especially with all the injuries they had. Benzema just before the tournament, and Varane's out, and the Kantes, the Pogbas, and all that sort of stuff. So and even that, the voodoo, the curse of the champions. I mean, I think they almost put that to bed with a 4-1 win over Australia. That hurts us a little bit because now going into the next 2 games, Tunisia looks strong as well. But that 4-1, it's that goal difference, I think, that might end up hurting us. Possibly, because the way it's looking at the moment, the way we played, the way we kind of capitulated after 20 minutes, we might not even get out of this group. We might not even win against Tunisia. I pray that we do. If we can see a few goals from the boys and see if they can hold off defensively. I mean, to give away 3 headed goals, I mean, it's a bit of a disappointment. But look, we move on tomorrow night. Yeah, tomorrow night, early game for us over here, 9 o'clock kickoff there for the Socceroos. Hopefully, fingers crossed they get the win. Where are we? Group F, Belgium and Canada. You know what? Belgium get the win here. Michy Batshuayi gets his goal. I think was it right on halftime? But Alphonso Davies misses a pen early doors to score. Be the first player to score for Canada at a World Cup. I think. And they end up losing this game. But you know what? Canada had Belgium on the ropes, especially towards the last 20 minutes. It was all Canada from what I was seeing. I still believe. I said Belgium, Canada get out of this one. I still think Canada can do it, especially the performances of the other 2 teams. I did pick Croatia to come dead last in this group. And you know what? I think even Morocco, well, I thought they were the better team. I know maybe Croatia had the clear-cut opportunities, very similar to Tunisia and Denmark, where they had the best of the chances. Croatia, they try to create no real end product. They lose the ball. There's not really, engine in there to come back and win the ball. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't even know. Let me check what the next fixtures are for this group. I don't even know who plays who, but that one in Group F. Hold on, let's go back. Let's go here. Yeah. Where are we? Don't know my alphabet. And I've even missed. See, I went from D to F. That's how you know. I haven't been to school in a very long time. But let's just stick with F anyways, Croatia got Canada next. So that's going to be a tough one. Horrible time. But that's going to be a tough one for the Croatians. They do got the 1 point. I still believe Canada can get out of this one, and Croatia might be a bit of a shock to not get through. So Belgium sit top as it stands. Let's go to Group E now. Group E. Costa Rica and Spain, 7-0. 7-0 whitewashed there. I mean, Costa Rica, I think they got an old squad. When was the last? This squad has been together for a while now. What, 2000? Surely not 2010. 2014 maybe, possibly. But yeah, they got an aging squad. 7-0. To be honest, I didn't expect Spain to put 7 past them. But I still pick Spain to get out of this one. But now it's going to be a tricky task for Germany because they got done. They bottled it up against Japan. Japan a good side as well, but the Germans, is this another World Cup where they get knocked out in the group stages? Last World Cup, they didn't make it out of the group, I don't think. Yeah, I think I predicted them not to make it out of the group and they didn't. So this could be, if they lose now to Spain, I think that's the next game. If they lose to Spain, Adios, mate. Adios for Germany there. So Spain looking good, looking pretty. Japan surprised if they get the result against Costa Rica now, 6 points. I mean, you can even say they're going through, even going into the last game with Spain, depending on what happens with the other game. So they could probably clinch or put one foot into the knockout stages with a win against Costa Rica. So that's going to be a big result there if Japan can get it done over Costa Rica, and Germany got some work to do. Group F, already done that because, haven't been to school. Group G, Brazil getting the 3 points, Switzerland getting the 3 points there. But Brazil, the Samba is back. The 0-2 Brazil Samba is back. Some of the flair, some of the football played in this one was absolutely brilliant. The goals, I mean, do I need to tell you about which goal? Richarlison's overhead. I mean, fantastic goal for him. Brazil could have put more goals past Serbia, but to be honest, even that, Serbia didn't look too bad. First half, it was kind of neck and neck. Serbia held their own, and I still think Serbia is going to be dangerous, and I do think they'll get out of this group. But Brazil looking good. Neymar though, picking up a bit of an injury. His ankle looked like he had a few tennis balls in him, so it's going to be interesting to see if he's out for the World Cup or is he just going to miss the next couple of games. And the other game, Switzerland 1-0 against Cameroon there. Getting the 3 points could be very, very important for Switzerland there. And the final group H, where Portugal sit pretty. Ronaldo getting a bit of a dodgy penalty, stat padding again. I think he went for a bit of a dive. He must be missing them swimming pools at Old Trafford, so he decided to go for a dive here. Gets the pen, finishes it off. I mean, it becomes the first player to score in 5 World Cups in a row or something, or be whatever it might be. Don't really care. But he gets the opening goal. But then Bruno Fernandes, yes, that's the guy we all want to talk about. Bruno getting 2 assists, but Ghana weren't done there because you know what? They got one back. They got another one back, and towards the end, they almost pinched it. What the hell was the keeper doing? I mean, if that player just doesn't slip over, we're looking at a 3-3 here in that one. And then you never know, going into that game against Uruguay and Ghana, anything could really happen. But the other game in there, that one was a nil-all as well. South Korea and Uruguay. But to be honest, it was one of my favorite nil-all draws, to be honest. I thought it was, watching it as a neutral, obviously, South Korea, Uruguay. To be honest, I enjoyed watching that game. There could have been a few goals. Darwin Núñez towards the end. Suarez, I don't know. He doesn't really got it anymore. He's put on a few kgs. It looks like it. His movement's not the best. Cavani, when Cavani came on, they looked a little bit better. They still had their chances. Valverde there with the chance, I think, off the post. That could have been a cracking shot. Darwin Núñez had a shot as well where Cavani almost got a head onto that as well. So a lot of opportunities there for Uruguay. They got a tough task now up against Ghana. I think they played Portugal, then Ghana. And we all know what happened in the last couple of World Cups ago, was it? Against Ghana with that handball. So they're going to want their revenge. So that group is pretty much all to play for as well. Portugal, not convinced yet with Portugal. I mean, they did get some nice goals. Great build-up. I think they got a disallowed goal with Ronaldo in the first half that I think it should have stood from what I can remember. But guys, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Has your top 2 for each group changed? Who's your team to watch at the moment? Socceroos, are we getting through or what? Because it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. England, can they get the job done against USA? I think that could be a bit of a tricky one for them. And I think that's probably where they drop points. I think they drop points in that one. And then the final day for England against Wales could be a tricky one, depending what Wales do against Iran. And I think Iran might even get the best of them there. But Argentina, guys, let me know. Are they getting out? France, looking comfortable, looking good. Do they now become one of the favourites? I know they were one of the favourites, but a lot of people were saying with the amount of injuries that they had, maybe they're not going to be the same French team that we've seen in the past. Germany, another one. Are they getting out? Are they going to get out? Can they get the job done over Spain to get them 3 points? Group F looks interesting too with the Croatia, Canada, Belgium there. Brazil, are they going all the way? I think they've been my favorite team so far. They've lived up to to their name, to the samba, to the O2 Brazil. They lived up to it. It was a great performance. They could have got more goals. Let's see how this one pans out, guys. Let me know what you guys think. What's your favorite goal of the round as well? Because there's some cracker ones. The one from Saudi Arabia, Richarlison's ones, obviously. Few of the ones from England. I mean, I think Saka scored. Harry Maguire assist that one. You got to mention that Harry's assist. But yeah, who's enjoying this World Cup so far, guys? Besides all the politics, I hope everyone is enjoying the football, guys. We'll try bring you guys a few more match reviews throughout the week. It has been a busy week. Obviously, Ronaldo decided to drop, or United decided to terminate people's contracts, so we had to get in there. Ronaldo interviews and all that, he's trying to make headlines. But look, we'll keep it World Cup, guys. Like always, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.